Sammy Curtis, he's in his office, he's in the brains room, the war room, if you will. Mate, 4 from 4. Job's not done yet, but you must be very pleased with the start.
Yeah, we are. We're going pretty well. It helps when you've got some freakish talent in the side. Elise Villani, averaging over 115, scored over 340 runs, going pretty good. And then I think she's taken the focus off Nicola, because Nicola's averaging 156, only been out once. So she's going pretty good also. And then obviously spread across the board with the bowlers. But one of the most impressive things from our last win against UQ was the fact that Elise tossed the ball to one of our local girls in the 17th over, and the pressure was on and she went for 2. So it's things like that where the experience is really rubbing off on the local players in the team, and it's got this calm effect where we're performing really well and getting the job done.
And it probably helps that Elise is winning most tosses, deciding to bat first.
Yeah, well, I think we chased the first 2, batted first in the 3rd because we wanted to try something different. And once again, leading, we've got 3 games left. Fingers crossed we make the finals and nothing goes too awry. But we'll probably change things up slightly as well, leading into the 3rd to last game, probably the last game too. So we've got Sunny Coast on Thursday night, tomorrow night. And then Sandgate's a massive game because they've got some big inclusions, particularly this week with the ending of the A-Series games, the Australia A-Series games, and then Gold Coast on Sunday as well, which is a nice Father's Day trip for me.
Exactly right. Hey, well, let's talk about the game at Bill Aubrey. Obviously won the toss against the Hornets, Ipswich. Great. It would have been great for the locals there to be seeing our quality and our talent out there actually just ripping it. It's a batting paradise. We know what Bill Aubrey's always like. If you can pitch it up, you can get some wickets. But that's a good win at home, and that just boosts the whole club, doesn't it? Have that sort of buzz around Bill Aubrey.
Absolutely, and the comments from everyone that came down on the weekend were, "Doesn't this look a picture?" So it's looking unbelievable at the moment. It's playing really nicely. All the games that were on Bill Aubrey on the weekend were high-scoring games, were top-performing games, and it's just looking a picture. And with the new clubhouse, I was lucky enough to sit up on the balcony on Sunday afternoon and watch the men's game. It's just fantastic down there.
Yeah, we call it the White House for very good reason. So it's Capitol Hill there. Hey, you talk about this weekend now. Obviously, you've got a game on Thursday night. Then on Saturday, you got to go to Sandgate Redcliffe. Then Sunday, you got to go to the Gold Coast. So there's a bit of trouble in there. 9:30 game, so it's early starts, and it's going to be really hot, mate. Does that mean you've got to try and play and manage? I know it's only T20, but it's going to be stifling conditions, and it's just mentally, it's just full on. How do you go about that? Obviously, there's a gap between Thursday and Saturday. That's okay, but Saturday and Sunday, you're going to do some juggling.
Yeah, we will, and I guess out of necessity as well. Like some of the batters haven't even had a crack yet, so we need to juggle. But we've sort of planned for that the teams will probably look a lot different. Oh, not necessarily a lot different, but maybe 2 to 4 players different each game we play. And that's a combination of, obviously, like you say, the weather, but also what we've experienced so far in the competition with Elise dominating with the bat and Nicola as well. So, we've got to roll with the punches there. It's probably going to be hot for the coach on the sideline as well.
Yeah, most certainly. Well, let's talk about Elise. Obviously, there's still quality bowlers out there, so we can't take it, that's Elise Villani, that's what she does. But it's quality bowling, and she's got to work hard to get those runs, and same with Nicola. And also with Chloe, these things happen, and they could fail, and the others need to step up. But I get that sense that if you're going to drop 2 or 4 or whatever, I don't think anyone's going to drop the lip or kick the rocks. They're all in it as a crew to get the job done. Am I right?
100% correct. So we actually named quite a large squad for this tournament with the intention that we give people a little bit of a crack, throughout. And we've done that for the most part. And everyone's just happy to be involved, JD. Like they're happy to be in and around players like Elise and Nicola and Chloe, etc. So it's just, there's a bigger picture to this. It's not just about bringing these quality players in to dominate games. It's about the game awareness and the information and knowledge that they pass on to our cohort as well. So that was a huge part of why we did it. Obviously winning's nice, but it's not the be all and end all. And if we don't win the competition, we'll be disappointed, of course. but we've already got what we sort of we're seeking out of recruiting like this. So obviously exposure to other people within the region, that we want more girls registering and getting interested in playing the game in and around Wynnum. But secondly, making sure that the game awareness of the local talent is right up there, because when I first came on board, I could see that game awareness probably wasn't something that was high on their agenda. And so I wanted to get that sort of nestled in really quickly, and that's what's happened. So yeah, everyone's just stoked to be involved, put it that way.
Large squad means there's a large involvement in training and all that, because Elisa and Nicola and Chloe, they've got to move on. So these other players have got to take that into the next phase of the 24-25 summer. So that's obviously part of that. Obviously, you want to win the competition, but you also got to look ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're doing that too. Like, we know, obviously, like, we've recruited massively with gun players, big name players. But like I was saying, it's the experience that our local talent are going to get by playing alongside them, and then they've got to take that and implement that into the next part of the season. So there's a challenge there. Obviously, we know we'll be up against it when we come into the regular season. But also there's an excitement there, which should take us through, like well beyond Christmas, because of what has been achieved thus far. So half a job done, of course, but we're pretty happy and excited with what's been achieved.
Yeah, I think half a job's done on the field. I think most of the job's done off the field, because you've recruited and you've got that culture, you've got that belief that you can take deep into the summer as well. So yeah, the jobs might be half done on the field, but off the field, it's all working very well in the right direction. So, listen, look, kudos to Elisa and Nicola. They could obviously smash 100 and just don't really care. We're just playing, Premier grade cricket. But that's the professionalism of these girls, isn't it? And it's going to rub off that every game is important, and every game you want to do your very best. And that's exactly what Elisa and Nicola and Chloe and Amreen and everybody wants to do. They all rise. If they all stay up here, everybody wants to come up and join them. It's a nice view up there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And like you say, no matter what, they're taking the game seriously.
Yeah.
And Elise has such a presence. When she speaks, the girls, they're hanging by every thread. So when she speaks after the game about things we can do better, or things we can look forward to, or things that potentially the players can learn out of it, everyone is listening intently. And like I say, she has such a presence. But they care. They really care about this. And so that's what I mean. It's important that we try and get them as much game time as possible. So a little bit of shifting around to come over the next 3 games.
Most certainly. Sammy Kurz, mate, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy man. Good luck for the rest of the series. 3 games to go. Jobs, as you said, half done, but so far success, tick, tick, tick. And credit to you, mate. I don't know how you do it with the 3 hours sleep and the young family and all that sort of stuff, but good on you, mate. Thanks for your time.
It's worth it. Thanks, JD. Talk soon.
Thanks, mate.